Yo, it's your host Darth with another AMA. Today we have G4AL. Today's the September 15th. Nice. So we're bringing on the game and blockchain expert of G4AL, Adria. Hey,
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you guys. Hello.
how are you doing?
Very good, very good. Here in Barcelona, it's quite hot, but we are fine. We're fine.
Nice. Great. So do you want to give a quick intro about yourself to our listeners and our community out there?
Yeah, sure. I'm Adrian Mir. I'm games and blockchain expert in G4AL. So I have a background from that 2017. I started in blockchain as a private investor. I invested in a few other chains, but also from the side of the gaming. I always been a professional gamer in such a traditional Web 2 games like Counter Strike, Valorant, League of Legends, and everything. So I quite understand everything about gaming. So I am a passionate gamer. So I have countless of hours playing video games, and I started my journey in play to earn games with Axie Infinity, as most of you for sure. So yeah, Axie Infinity just opened the eyes to everyone that we could make an economy and a model that right now is not sustainable, but it can be. So we are trying to make it sustainable, but it opened the eyes that why, while we enjoy playing the games, why we cannot make money or just at least trade our assets into NFTs. So me and myself, I have an account of League of Legends, more than about 140 skins. So I have invested in League of Legends more than 1,000 euros, but right now I didn't play the game, so I don't can quite transfer these assets, no, from a traditional Web 2 to to other assets in other games. So I think that NFTs bring a lot of valuation in the space. Or that's why I'm interested a lot in gaming, in blockchain, and the quite all the space in crypto and blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for Web3, that's one thing that a lot of people in Web2 will be able to do, especially you spent so much money and time and your effort in, let's say League of Legends, you have all these skins, but you can't do anything with it. The most you can do is sell your own account, right? But you
Yeah.
can't really transfer it out.
And it's not legal, so it's not
Yeah,
that it's very hard to do. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so I guess the first question is what inspired the founders to build G4AL?
Yeah, well, G4L is founded by four founders. So the CEO is Manuel Sort. Manuel Sort was vice president of King Studios. So he already modeled the actual model of Candy Crush. So he's quite passionate. And all the founders, others are come from Blizzard, Activision, or others come from other different backgrounds, but they are Web 2 gamers and we are traditional Web 2 developers. So they already have more than 60 games deployed in different platforms. So I think they saw and they're seeing the next step in evolution from gaming is that Web 2 and the freemium model is already a successful one, but now play to earn. It's what I said before. No, it's if a player can enjoy playing a game, but and also can gain money and with it, so it's quite interesting. No, so they saw that this will be the next step. So the big companies such as Epic Games or Riot and everything, I believe that they will do this evolution to NFTs. So they also saw this vision and they want to be a revolutionary that to start this company from Web 2 to Web 3, starting to develop new games that they are more quality a product, that they are fun rather than just they are a product that is not it's poor design or it's not well defined like right now in the space. So we at G4L we aim to bring quite good quality games to the play to earn space.
Yeah, it's great to hear, that you're bringing on such quality games. And yeah, so how does a G4AL plan to expand into other sectors inside Web3?
Yeah, so right now in G4AL we offer three services. The first one and the most important one is our chain or layer one chain that will be very unique and nobody's doing that right now. It's have another different approach because it's done by Google Net and Google Kubernetes. So it's an approach more centralized, but it's focused on gaming. So all people with our platform can have a very user platform that they don't need to use the interaction of blockchain at all. So we want to bring Web 2 gaming into Web 3 because as you know that the Web 3 gamers are just much less than the Web 2 gamers. So with the chain that it's very very fast, very scalable, and very secure. We bring that we want to bring that the mass adoption into gaming. Also, besides the airwire chain that is our main product, we will make three different games to show the people that our product works and it's reliable, such as like Fortnite. Epic Games has Fortnite, or Nintendo have Mario Bros. We at G4AL we will do three different games. So the first game will be Elemental Riders. That will be on this November of this year. It's a will be an RPG turn-based game. It's an open beta, so people already can play the game. The second game will be a three-match clicker game like Candy Crush. Um this makes sense because our CEO actually developed the current model of play to earn of Candy Crush, and the third game will be a Elemental Riders MOBA following the same API IP of Elemental Riders, so they can bring their NFTs to the third game. And the last product is an SDK engine, so developers from other games can migrate to our chain and they can use our tools such as our layer one, in-chain analytics, and other services that they could bring our games into our platform.
Yeah. So you're talking about chain and like how does G4AL chains differentiate from others?
Yeah, so the chain is an approach different because it's very easy to use. So developers this will give access to the people that don't understand and doesn't know like a Web3 game developer that it's very expensive. So companies can use and create and mint their tokens and and their in-game marketplace. They can do it very easy because it's done like with a JSON RPC. So it's the system is run with Google, so because it is very easy to use, other um, like developers don't have to need that to be that expertise that like a Web3 game developer has. So like a Web2 developer that runs with Unity, that could perform like a new token generation, a marketplace. They can mint NFTs in our platform without using our chain. So it's very easy. It's very easy to use. So besides that, I think that we created a thing that in 2 weeks we'll have all the documentation ready, so people could start seeing how the chain works. And right now we are in private test. It's very secure. It has a lot of transactions per speed, and it's very reliable. And it's already done for people that and it's done for gaming. Also, it's applicable to other sectors, but it makes that a platform that runs at millions of thousands of loads, they could interact with the blockchain without any that downtime. So at our chain, we have for sure 99% of uptime. So yeah, we are pretty um, happy at how the test is working. So in a few weeks and months, people can see how this innovative blockchain is done.
Yeah, and then I think you haven't mentioned about your token yet. So what does the utility for the GGT offer?
Yeah, so GGT offer different utilities. So first of all, from all the games that it will be in the platform, that we have utility in game. So such as in Elemental Riders, you can buy in-game items like as skins or chest or skins or different things. Besides the in-game purposes, also other developers will use their platform for the games. And besides that, in the marketplace will be the main currency. So if you want to buy a NFT from a marketplace, you will need to have a GET. So rather than Axie Infinity have Ethereum, so we will use our platform. And besides that, for all the commission fees and and transfer fees, so we'll use GGT. So we have different layers that for utility for our GGT token.
Yeah, and what platforms will Elementor Riders be available on?
Yeah, so right now we are focusing on PC and mobile. So because we design our game that we can switch the model of our game as a game as a service, we can bring these our games to different platforms that doesn't allow crypto, such as Steam or Apple or Google Store, such as the same game model of Tether Arena. So we can do that. So we already are in conversation with our different platforms, and we will integrate them.
Great. And I think one of the most important things for, especially for our community, is how does Elemental Raiders plan to reward their P2E community?
Yeah, so this is an important question. One, it's very. I will say it's very extensive. So let me talk. Because I need to explain a lot. So the current model of pay to earn right now doesn't work. So as you can see, yeah, of course, Axie Infinity at the start. Well, at the start no, but after 1 year and a half, they made a lot of money and people could benefit a lot from it because the ecosystem were super wild, following the bull run and everything, and it reached more than 10 billion of market cap. But it has different flows. So the first flow is that from the in-game token SLP have a huge inflation. So that's due because they have a very low utility of the in-game of the token. So it was very clear that if the only main reason to burn the SLP to reduce inflation is to create new axes, when no other new players join or there is no demand to buy axes, there will be people wouldn't be profitable to breed. So of course there will be a collapse, and that's what happened because people just sell their in-game tokens, and because there is no pressure in the game, you just buy your axes and just play the game and just sell your rewards for try to recoup your losses or gain profit. There is a lot of selling pressure in the in-game token. So we take the best from Axie and the best from other games, and also invent or same model. So let me explain about. So in our games, you can play. It's a free-to-play game. You can play the game for free, or our games will be the same model, which is the same exact model, like I'm telling you. So um, you can play the game by free. I just play arena or play different rides and different modes because you have different modes to play in our game. So you earn rewards. These rewards just let you to increase in level your skills, and these skills are not NFTs at the moment. So I upgrade as a free to play. I play the game. I upgrade my skills. I just rank up in the leaderboard. I earn more rewards, following similar to Clash Royale style game as service model. So whenever the player want, they can convert their skills to NFT. So they upgrade them, and this in our game we have two types of NFTs. We have the skins that are a cosmetic option similar to League of Legends that it increase your visual of your hero, or I have these skills. So skins I can purchase this into the shop, into G4AL platform, and the skills I can trade. I cannot obtain them. Just I need to play the game in order to uh, have the skill copies that will allow us to upgrade the skills. So depending of how much NFTs I have, and depending of how much, because the NFTs gain in level, so I need to play the game in order to level up the ramp. Depending on how much NFTs I have and how much they are leveled, I will obtain these arena tickets that are similar to the energy of Axie Infinity. So this allows us that we incentivize players that to play our game, so we really monetize the player's time. So just imagine that as a free to play, I just don't spend anything on the game. I play 2 months or 3 months, and I have a skill level 7. So I can convert at any time this skill to NFT with a super low entry barrier because it will be always the same no matter what the token is priced because we will run the Oracle system. So it will always be $10 to mint this skill to NFT, and because this skill is level up and has progression, for sure will be more valuable than the initial mint cost. So other players that don't want to spend this time play the game, they will buy it to have the powerful setup and build. So as a free to play can earn money or profit from it, or I can convert with a super smart cost, and little by little I can upgrade my skills and become a play to earn player just by playing the game and spending a little bit in the platform.
That's it's very innovative. I think you're taking a lot of Web 2 designs and whatnot and bringing it into Web 3, which I think it's much needed, right? Because
Yeah.
back in the day, it's pretty much like a Ponzi scheme, right? Whoever comes in first, and then at the token pumps, everyone get cashes out, and everyone else is left with bags.
One of the biggest features is that because your NFTs level up, besides the side that there is a supply on it, so they will have value because there is a lot of scarcity. Because these NFTs are level up and requires time, it also will increase in value. So just imagine like a guild time point, because we have also scholarships, so people could give access to other people's accounts and they can farm their assets, and they can farm the tokens, such as a typical scholarship model as Axie Infinity. So because the NFTs of the manager earn in level and they upgrade, uh, increase of stability in time, they will increase in time because you need to spend time on it. So scholarships will farm the skills for the other people or for the manager. Or if I play the game, I can farm my skills, and people they don't spend time or they want this skill level up will have to pay if they want. So you can farm skills with your time. Also, it applies to the free to play and the play to earn. So both can combine this, and it's very innovative because when you incentivize people to play your game, and of course it's fun. I think that everyone the cycle is perfect because you're making like people enjoy playing your game. They can make money. They need to play the game, so your ecosystem is stronger. So I think that NFTs gain more value over time and not decreasing. I think it's the key factor of our system.
Yeah. So going back to like you know community and whatnot, and how do you plan to educate and convert uh, free to play players into play to earn players?
Sure. One of the biggest approach because, as you know, Web 2 compared to Web 3 are massive. So I think that I remember a poll that once Blizzard made, that they asked to the people that in World of Warcraft, I don't know if you played that game, but I played a lot on MMO. It's very common, it's very known. They asked to the users, okay, do you want that we can add NFTs into the game? And 95% of the poll was to say no. And this is very stupid because, as I said, if you NFTs in gaming is I think is the perfect match, because if you can move these assets and you can and the developer or the platform is not the owner and the player is, you can move this your amount your time and amount invested in the game, you can move this and play with it. So I think it's very important, and people really don't understand that why are the NFTs are so valuable for gaming. So I believe that we need to educate people from Web 2 that the NFTs and blockchain have a perfectly match for NFTs and Web 3. So we are trying to create, or we are creating a platform where from a user that doesn't know anything about blockchain could interact. So if he can have something to pay with in-game services, he don't need to have a wallet with, or he do just an account in our platform, and he just want to pay in straight cash or with credit card. Just pay directly with fiat. And our platform does the conversion to the token, and the player doesn't need to do anything. So for us, the user friendly to attract Web 2 to into Web 3 is very important, and that I think is the key to achieve a mass adoption game.
Yeah. My last question of the night would be, what other games are down the road for G4AL?
Yeah, so we have the first game will be Elemental Riders, a generic PC turn-based game. It will be fully launched in November of 2022 this year. The second game will be a clicker match game like Candy Crush, Diamond Dreams, it will be called. And the last game it will be at the start of 2023. And the last game will be a MOBA with the IP of Elemental Riders at the end of 2023. So you could bring your NFTs from the first game into the third game, creating a metaverse and the bridge, because in our chain you could bridge and bring your NFTs to other platform like OpenSea or anything. So if you want to bridge your NFT out on the platform, you could bring into other like Solana, BNB, Ethereum. You are really the owner of this NFT.
Yeah, great. So we have five chess NFTs. So let's go to Discord for some questions. Let's see. Looks like the Sohai gang is around. Uh, let's just go down the list.
Just to explain
This
little quickly about how the NFT, the chests are. Every chest contains three skins, one common, one rare, and one epic. These skins are valued in our shop for 70 euros. And these skins will give you arena tickets so you can start earning tokens at launch, since day one. So they give you a play to earn status account to the players.
great. So the first question is, what makes G4AL platform ahead from other play to earn blockchain platform game platforms?
Yeah, so I think that it's important to say that we are current. To be honest, in a platform like the current games, actual play-to-earn games, I believe that are made by blockchain experts, but not by game experts. So besides the part that we are giving a layer one chain that are innovative and can disrupt the market with its new potential for gaming and it's designed for that. We are creating games that know that they are really they have quality product that are in current play to earn games they have no quality, so they are very poor design. The economy is not sustainable. So besides all the other free tools that we offer at G4AL, we offer quality games with a renewed and redefined sustainable economy. Because one important thing is that besides the all fair tools I told to you that we have these NFTs that they level up in time and have progression and the game is fun and everything. It's one of the main features of our economy is that from all the in-game revenue that the platform does from our games, we will share 50% will go back directly to the community. So we don't want to do a staking like other platforms. So we believe that the staking just make that the early investors or speculators just get rewarded. So because the real players doesn't have the coins, the platform tokens staked. So we believe that from all the revenue that we share 50% back to the players via airdrops, events, or more rewards to top players. 20% of that revenue will go back to buy the income token and board them. So we will reduce hardly the supply and the 30% go back to improve the game. So just imagine like a game like Candy Crush that have more than 9 billion revenue, you share back more than 70% back to players, and then the last 30% go back to improving better the game. So we believe that with all the features we're doing and this shared revenue model, we are creating a sustainable economy for long term.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear that you guys are doing a buyback program. There's a lot of failed projects that don't follow this model and they see their token tank.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems is inflation. So we are trying with all the we incentivize people that play our game to reinvest their farmed tokens. So of course you can make money from it because if you want to cash out, you could do. But if you reinvest and you level up your NFT skins, you eventually will earn more. So we incentivize people to do that. And besides that, we share all the if from other games. If imagine that one player player A invests $1,000 and player B invests only $100. So player A will have for sure more win ratio. So player B is upset because he will lose more games. That will be he will earn less tokens because he has less win ratio because player A is powerful. So with our system, we make that player B can benefit from the total investment of player A because it goes share to everyone that plays the game. So for a player that is spending the money, for the more money that enters the ecosystem, everyone's got benefit from it. So that's I think that it's important to make the mark on it.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question is by Sohai Ming. His question is: there's an infinite number of NFT projects on the market right now, and only a few of them can maintain their popularity. How will your project be able to maintain long-term viability in the future?
Yeah, so of course, right now it become a big. What a few months ago it was a bull run, so it was easy for projects to even that poor design project got raised thousands of billions of dollars, and I think most of all the guilds just invested because they make so much money in such these games. They also invested a lot in other games, so we are trying to win attraction from all the community with organic growth. So right now we make things differently. So current play to earn games, they just before they just made a big cinematic that and they promise a lot of things, but they after more than 2 years you cannot actually play the game, such as games like Elysium or something. They just the game it looks so great, but people cannot play it. So at G4AL we make the product so you can actually play the game right now, so you can see that what we are doing is done, and we are seeing what and you can see with your eyes that you can play and you can see and play with the product. So we believe that with all that transparency we have, that you can show our team, we are open, we have everything, we are not hiding anything, and we are experienced developers, and we have a lot of background doing video games, such as our founder that have a lot of commitment and a lot of knowledge about the space. And between all the models and all the our future services that we are saying, I believe that we're getting a well-designed ecosystem that can be over time. So right now, from all the fundraising that we got, we don't need any. To be honest, we don't need any more money because we have more than from the current that we got. We have more than 3 years of that we can put the company alive, so we can do all the three games plus the chain plus the SDK. It's already secure, so we have a product for sure. And then the more money that we got, we will of course, this will allow us to have more success because we can spend more in marketing and we can hire more to have more development. But anyway, that our product is secure. We are people can see what we are doing. So yeah, we believe that with all the ecosystem we are creating and all the transparency and expertise we got, I think that G4AL will be a success for sure.
Yep. This that was by Sohai Ming. Thank you for your question. This next one is by I think Sohai Gino. His question is there's quite a few questions around there. Um, so his question is hackers are very active in the market, and almost every day they hear about other hacking activities. What are the safety precautions for the project, and how safe is investor funding? Do you already have an audit?
Yeah, so right now we have audited our tokens with two different Grant Thornton and others. So we are already have audited our tokens, and also from a Howard chain will be by Google. You will in order to hack. You will need to hack the entire Google ecosystem, and Google is one of the best environments that it's not cannot be hacked. So we are very safe from that, and also how that Howard chain is done. You cannot edit it. So in case you can get access, you could not do anything because you will need to stop all the blocks, and that will be impossible. So it will be from a hacking perspective, you will need. There is a lot of layers that other platforms do not have. So at least we are very safe on that side. From all the investor perspective, we run private KYC to everyone. So we want to prevent money laundering. So we are running a KYC to all investors that this allows us to have secure that the platform will be secure and available for all the private funding we have. So we are quite secure of what we are doing is very secure. Of no, we understand that hacking is an issue in blockchain and will be more in the future. So we are taking a lot of steps and we invest and we plan to invest a lot of money into preventing these kinds of attacks.
Yeah, and this next question is by 2T12. What are the difficulties and needs of the teams expected and overcome during project's development?
Yeah, I think one of the things that is the hardest one is to have a fun and enjoyable game. So I believe that in order to right now there is a lot of games in the world. So in order to there are a lot of competitive. So to really create a game that it's fun and to retain users, I think it's the most challenging feature and for us in developers. So right now from the actual open beta that we are having and at the current state that we are doing, we are changing a lot of things. Every time we as developers we are trying to okay, this is we are gamers, so I want to do a game that I would play 3 or 4 hours a day every day. So if we do not like this system and we don't like our game, we are not happy. So we are trying to develop every time and we are trying to improve and we are not afraid of okay, we are changing this idea, so we are putting this and I think that right now step by step. We still have 3 more months to go, well, at least 2.5 months to go until launch, to make the game much as fun as it possible as it be. So we are now we are happy how it's around in the state in the current state, where we believe that we will improve more from these 2.5 months that we are having. So I think that in order to our game to be successful, it needs to be fun, and that's our priority here.
And the last question is by So High Snorlax. His question is: so many projects just like to speak about the long term vision and mission, but what are your short term objectives? What are you focusing on right now?
Well, right now we are focusing that our products that we are seeing are well designed and it works. So we have a long-term vision, but because we are a team, we have a lockup of more than 10 years from from tokens that that we our team has. With 1 year of vesting, so we every year we the tokens we lock up, but it's 10 years it's unusual. So we believe in that we have a long-term sustainability and we have a long-term vision because we don't want to be a short-term sighted company that just want to make quick bucks. So we are here for long term. So right now our short term priority is that our first game and the chain and the SDK works perfectly. So that's our main focus right now. That the products that we are doing are good, are innovative, and can help people to and uh, and make people life easier.
Great. Well, those are all the questions from the community. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You know, from YGGC community, we would like to thank you for coming on today and spending your valuable time.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm happy that to say that we have a strong partnership with YGGC, and happy to be there with you and your community. So expect that we could do more AMAs in the future and more collaborations that we are planning to do with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Bye. Yo, so there you guys have it. Another AMA with another amazing project. I hope you guys stay tuned for next week as we will bring someone else on. So don't so everyone be safe and get some sleep because it's still early, but hey, there's nothing wrong with it. Some sleep in the earlier. All right. Bye.